Hey everyone, so we are talking about Auster by Electimuss London. And the notes in this are on the top, star anise and lemon. The mids are sweet geranium and clove. And the base is cedar, ambergris, and patchouli. And again, I don't usually try stuff with star anise like I've mentioned in other videos, or I do try it, but I never feel optimistic about it because of that licoricey accord, which can just, I don't like licorice at all, so that's not for me. But I would say this doesn't really smell super licoricey, so if you're worried about that, it's probably not an issue. The way that kind of the star anise and maybe the cloves or kind of some of the patchouli and cedar come in together though does create a sort of oud-like accord on me, and I do not like oud, so this isn't for me, but it does smell very high quality. The cost is, I believe, about $2.10 for 100 ml, and I'll put the link in the description where you can buy a bottle or a sample. And, I would say that that's, if you sample it and you really like it, like, it's not unfair for the quality of the price. Personally, I wouldn't buy it kind of for any price just because it's not for me, but also it doesn't smell the most original to me, and supposedly it smells a lot like a fragrance that I have not sampled yet, which is Boudica the Victorious. Some people say it like that, some say Boadicea, but Blue Sapphire by that fragrance house. And yeah, supposedly it smells a lot like that. I can't verify that for sure, but if you tried that and you like it or don't like it, you might want to consider whether to sample this or not based on that. And cloves I normally really like, although there is a tendency for them to get sort of like old school potpourri-ish at times. And I wouldn't say it's quite doing that here, but it does lean towards that mature end. It's not just kind of one of those like little smoky clove type of things like, Margiela by the fireplace or something like that. The patchouli here is relatively tame, and as with Electimuss's patchouli of the underworld, I guess they just do a really good job for patchouli haters because that part doesn't really turn me off of it here. And that doesn't come on until a little bit later in the dry down, but you can kind of start to get it early on, but it's not the like really dirty kind of patchouli. The geranium is definitely present. That gives this kind of like sort of minty freshness to it that lifts a lot of the sort of darker woodsy parts of it along with the star anise. I would say it leans slightly masculine, but really it's pretty unisex overall. In terms of what time or day or whenever to wear it, probably better in winter, fall, and even spring, but not so much summer. I think you could get away with it if you only sprayed a little bit, but otherwise this could get really overwhelming and kind of like pungent if you were to spray a lot of it. In terms of projection and longevity, it lasts a long time, like a long time, and it projects pretty strongly. So if those things are important to you, this definitely passes those tests. But overall, I would say if you like sort of a little bit of a mature, elegant leaning, deep and rich woods with kind of a fresh brightness to it from sort of some lemon and the geranium, this would be a good one for you to try. If you kind of have tried a lot of things out there already and you don't really tend to like those sort of really deep, rich wood scents, I would pass on this. I just don't really think it's even worth sampling if that's your taste. But again, it does smell high quality, and it is definitely high quality. This is a really good fragrance house, Electimuss, but it's just not for me personally.